Welcome to Holly Homestead in the Making. My name is Charity, and today we are making vanilla extract. This is a project I'm really excited about because I've been wanting to do this with you guys probably since I established my channel to begin with. Right now, I'm showing you the bottle of alcohol that I bought, which was a 70 proof Captain Morgan. I don't think that you have to have this high of proof, but that's just what they had in the handle, and that's what my husband got. Obviously, with me being Pentecostal, I did not feel comfortable going into the liquor store to get this, even though I did not have any intentions of drinking it. So I just sent him, but I did save these bottles I was showing you guys earlier. They are old avocado bottles and old olive oil bottles. And, they come in really nice glass bottles. So you might as well save them and reuse them and recycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually measuring out to see how much fluid ounces will fit into each bottle. So I start by tearing the scale out with the bottle and the funnel, and I'm going to start pouring it in. Y'all, I had this to be such a complicated ordeal in my head because me and my mom actually did this several years ago, and I'm still using the vanilla extract that we made then, and we hacked it. So it goes a long way. What I'm making here, it should last me a good long, long time. But I had this to be such a complicated process because me and my mom must have used the world's dullest knives in the whole entire world. So I thought this was just going to take a really long time. In reality, I think it might have taken 10 to 15 minutes. It really did not take long at all. So I was really shocked at how much of this alcohol fits into those bottles. I had four prepared, and I had to do it in just two because those bottles, that bottle right there, took over slightly over half. Now, I was leaving plenty of room because you're going to be putting the vanilla pods down into it. And, obviously, you put weight in there and the liquid level rises. So I'm pouring this up just to see how close I am. I was pretty sure that it was going to be less than the first bottle, but I was pleasantly surprised that it was super close. I think one I had at 30 fluid ounces and the other one was like 27 point something fluid ounces. So what I did was I actually just topped these off. I first was just going to ignore the fact that they weren't quite even, but I decided that I would measure these out and, make them exactly even. This alcohol bottle here is also a really nice glass bottle that I intend to use for my washing detergents, for storage for my washing detergents. I go ahead and recap these because I don't want to take a chance of knocking these over because you may not know this about me, but I am extremely accident prone. This is where I make the decision to level these two bottles so they have the exact same amount. And I believe once I did that, each bottle had about 28.7 fluid ounces. So just if you're kind of looking for a ideal of, how to keep it consistent or how much, fluid ounces is in a handle of alcohol like this, that gives you the exact. I mean, it's so close to 30, it's not even funny. Now, when I was doing the research on this, online says you need 6 to 8 pods per ounce, which worked out to be like 85 pods per a um, bottle, which just seemed ridiculous to me. So that is not what we did. I saw if you had larger pods or higher grade, you could do 1 pod, 1 to 3 pods per an ounce, which I had. I had 60 to say. I decided I had two bottles. I had 60. We were doing 30 in each, and we would see what would happen. I believe if you wanted something that was like a quick turnaround, then maybe you would need the 6 to 8 pods per ounce. But I have every intention of letting this marinate a minimum of like 6 months. So I really don't think that it's an issue. A matter of fact, when I was doing the research on this, I actually came across that you can use these pods again. We can make vanilla extract again after these have soaked for about 6 months to a year. As you can tell, I enlisted the help of my handsome husband, and he always is there supporting me, whether you see him or not. He's just really is awesome, and he sat here to stay and help me. Now, he used to be a deboner at Tyson, and I really feel like maybe, that gave him a leg up on this because if me and him had been racing, I would have lost sorely because he finished his and then ended up helping me finish mine. So I'm not really sure how he did that so quickly. But now, if you're concerned that, the internet says do 6 to 8 pods and we only did 1 pod, I am not concerned about it at all, and I'm gonna explain to you why. That very night, these bottles are a green hue, but you can still see through them, and this liquid was already brown. So if it's already brown and I plan to let it sit in there for you know, 6 months to a year, I have no reason to believe that this will not be a very potent vanilla extract. Now, I did end up buying that. If you can see, we have two different packagings on the vanilla beans. I originally bought it through Azure Standard. I love Azure Standard, but check your prices because this was not better than Amazon by a long shot. Both were organic. That I actually was able to know where the ones from Amazon came from. They were from Madagascar. The other ones, I have no idea where they were come from. It never said. So just make sure that you check your pricings. But I thought this was very expensive until I started comparing the prices, which here in just a few minutes you will see the price breakdown. And I did a comparison as if you bought it from the store. It's actually super fascinating because most of the time to eat organic or to have a high grade product on your shelf, it's gonna cost you more, maybe double sometimes, but this is a particular thing that you can increase their value and your quantity and your grade on this, and guess what? It is so much cheaper, and you will see here in just a few seconds when I do this price breakdown. I was just blown away. And like I said, it only took us maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Now, it would have took longer if I'd not had the help of my husband, but luckily I did. And y'all, I'm sorry, I'm weird. I make facial expressions as I'm working. As you can see, 85 pods would never have fit in that bottle with that liquid. I don't think I could have had them submerged. It's
All right, y'all,
craziness.
I got the price makeup of what we made versus what it would cost to buy at the store. Okay, so on Amazon, you can buy 50 of the organic Madagascar. They're certified USD organic beans. They're actually made for doing extractions. You can buy 50 of those for $37.99, which is really close to what I paid just the other day. Now, I did figure out how much they were you know, per bean and then figured it out that way because I did 60 beans. Obviously, I don't have a 60 pack. 50 is as large as it gets. Ended up being about $45 for 60 beans. And then the alcohol was about $34, as we stated earlier. So it made up about 56 ounces of vanilla extract, which come out to be about $1.42 an ounce. Now, when I went to Walmart, maybe you've got other places to shop. I don't know. I was comparing the price of a pure vanilla extract. Believe it or not, McCormick's was cheaper than Great Value and coming out at $3.49 an ounce. So if you make it yourself, saving $2.07 an ounce. Y'all, this means that you can make vanilla extract twice in the with the amount of money you would spend getting it at the store. And there's always this peace of mind when you've made it yourself. You know what's inside of it. You know what, there's no hidden ingredients. There's nothing. I just prefer to know what I'm consuming, and I feel like making it myself, buying the beans and buying the alcohol, I get that peace of mind with that, and it comes out significantly cheaper. $2.07 an ounce cheaper. So by making it myself, I saved $115.92. Almost always eating organic and healthier costs more, but this isn't actually a way that you can cut the cost so that you can spend the money elsewhere where maybe you can't find that savings. So y'all go get you some beans, get you some alcohol, and make your own vanilla extract. It could not be easier. I think me and my husband spent 10-15 minutes doing it, and it's done, it's over with, and I don't really have to worry about it again for at least the next 6 months or longer. So this is what I keep it in now. I just recently was gifted this by, lo and behold, you'll never guess, my mother. She gifts me lots of things, and I really like this. I haven't used it a whole lot, but did you hear that? It really creates a suction, and I really, really like this one. And believe it or not, what I'm about to show you actually holds more. So this is all, can y'all see that? This is all the vanilla extract I have left from what we did a couple years ago. But if you don't have that, that's fine. You do not have to keep it in something like this. I just recently was gifted this. I had a brown one that was like this color. I don't know where it's at this moment in time, but it's the exact same thing as this. This is what I was keeping it in. And that worked great too. But I was gifted this, so I'm at least trying it out. Seems to be working pretty good, but I've only used it a couple times in there. Sometimes I have a hard time getting it out, but it wasn't hard that time at all. Really like it. You could use either one of these, or you could either just keep it in a mason jar. That's what my mom does. So super easy. Go out, make your own. You've got this. It's not hard. It doesn't take a long time, and it saves you a boatload of money.